All right. 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 What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I am, the good doc. Dr. Mike back again, once again, with another classic video. Oh, shit. Got my own shit. I had to turn my shit on. Definitely interested in being back in the building. Appreciate you guys coming through and showing love to the good doc. Even those who hate. Hey, my haters in the building. That's what's good. Good to see you in the building, whatever your name is. We getting started out on a good note. Definitely getting started on a positive note. But let me finish what I was saying. What is good? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, you know who I am, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic live stream for you guys today. Sincerely hope everybody's having a blessed day, because, of course, the good doc is having a good one. Official time check, we're looking at about 8:36 in the p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which makes it about 7:36 in the p.m. Central Time, which makes it about 5:36 for everybody repping that that West Coast. My bad. And of course 8:36 in the in the AM Philippine Standard Time. As I said, I hope everybody's having a good one. The good doc is having a great one. All right. But of course, guys, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please feel free to subscribe to the good doc. Definitely make sure you check out the IPA t-shirts, International Passport Association t-shirts. Definitely here at your disposal. Hey, man, BGC, man, thanks for taking care of that. I was going to get to it in a minute. I just didn't feel like getting to it right now. But anyway, like I was saying till I was really interrupted, appreciate all of you guys coming through and showing love to the good doc. In IPA shirts, if you guys want to get your very own copy of the BOOTYLOO Chronicles, you already know how to do so. But of course, you know, it is what it is, and I am who I am. So let me go ahead and skip the formalities as I always do, and let's go ahead and rip this sumbitch off like a band-aid. All right, today's topic. Is it easier or harder to date in the Philippines with money, aka Pera? P-E-R-A. You know, Pera, for those that don't understand what Pera is the Tagalog version of money. That's why I wrote it in here. So do you believe that it is easier or harder to date in the Philippines when you have money? Now, of course, all of you guys are going to say, yeah, if you're a foreigner, you're likely going to have some money. Correct. But do you believe that it makes it harder to date in the Philippines because you have money, or do you think that it makes it easier? Now, for many people, they may say easier because, you know, if you need to fund dates, etc., blah, 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 easier. Some people may say it's harder because you never know if a woman is in the relationship to be with you or if she's only after your money. So I do believe that kind of makes it harder. So again, I bring the topic of conversation to my people, and I definitely bring it to the table so that we can have an open and honest discussion about how you personally feel about dating in the Philippines. And do you believe that it is harder or easier to date in the Philippines because you have money? You know, if you have money, or if you have a little bit of money, if you have a lot of bit of money, like my boy, Mr. 1%er, not going to say his name, he know who he is. But yeah, and I'm glad that he was able to make this one because I'm definitely interested to hear what he has to say. But personally, there are pros and cons, of course, in my personal opinion. I've always believe there's always pros and cons to everything. So yes, money does make life easier to an extent, but it can also make life harder. So again, I ask you guys, do you believe it is easier or harder to date in the Philippines because you have money? Now, dating is a whole lot different than getting married and having a wife and all that shit. Dating, casually dating, you know, not necessarily committing yourself to a single person, etc., whatever. Now, I've mentioned time and time again, and I do believe this to be true. I'm not sure if you guys ever saw this video or ever heard me say it. A lot of people like to believe that, oh, it's expensive to be in a relationship because, oh, you got to take care of the girl and then the family or whatever situations may come up. But also, I personally believe that it is expensive to casually date because, you know, on every single date, you're dropping probably some serious ends. Now, when I mean serious ends, not enough to break the bank, but, you know, definitely every date is going to cost regardless, you know. But again, how you feel about dating in the Philippines is definitely going to be different. And of course, let me say this now because I'm the type of person, if you don't know the type of person that I am, let me explain to you the type of person that I am with my YouTube channel. The video earlier today, the sad truth about why Filipinos choose to date foreigners. I'm the type of person, I want to get my audience thinking. I want to get my audience involved and invested in the particular conversation, which is why I encourage you guys to comment in the comment section below. Now, what I say in my videos, for the most part, I do believe that. I'm not saying that I'm lying or trolling my people, but I do that so that I get you guys talking. I want you guys to have a dialogue. I want you to express your feelings based off of what I said, because my job is to create and to express an alternative narrative, okay? I love alternative narratives, because we can always say, if you always come to the table with, oh, she's only wants you for your money, 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 then it's gonna get boring if you keep saying the exact same shit. So I try to bring the alternate narrative to the table. I want you guys to think. I want you to stretch those brain cells. And I love having conflicting views, because I believe that makes for a wider range of understanding. So with the video earlier today, we were just having fun, and I definitely hope that you guys enjoyed that video. If you did not get a chance to check out the video, The Sad Truth About Why Filipinos Choose to Date Foreigners, definitely check that out. I would hope to hear what you guys got to say about that one if you have not already. But as I said, I see we got about 15 watching. That is 15 more than I had in a minute ago. So again, definitely satisfied to have you guys in the building. Thank you for being here. Make sure you get the thumbs up on the video. Caress, molest, and caress that like button. Definitely make sure you show us some love. And of course, if you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Nayon Den. Well, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Shout out to my folk in the building. My man Rain Man, what's good with your family? My boy World Traveler, appreciate you taking care of business for the good doc. Wahoo dude, what's going on, man? It's been a busy week. I haven't seen you in the building, man. I was wondering if you were lost, but appreciate you being here. And I definitely know that between you and Mr. BGC himself, you guys could definitely tackle this topic from a how can I say this, from a standpoint of a person with means. What do I mean by means? People who can afford to do a little extra with the chat. So again, I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys have to say in relation to this particular topic. Is it easier to or harder to date in the Philippines when you have money? And when I mean money, money in abundance, because of course all of us will likely come to the Philippines with some type of money. But when people are aware of your financial standing, does it make it harder or easier? Are you the type of person that always has the thought process, oh, this woman is only out to see what she can get from me? Or do you believe that, you know what, it makes it easier to date because I got the money and I can fund dates should I choose to? Or do you believe it's harder, like I said before, because you never know if this woman is just going to want to benefit from you from the long run? I mean, try to get you to knock her up or some shit, you know, hypotheticals, people, just throwing it out there. And I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say. That's why we talk about these topics, man. That's why you guys come here. You come here to hear me pop off and talk my shit and to participate in the chat, which is why I love you guys sincerely. My man, MD, I was on time, bruh. I think I was 6 minutes late. My bad. My man, the nursing student, all the way from the great country, city, state. No, I'm playing. London, England, man. What's good with you, bro? Eddie, what's going on with you, man? He said, I just answered you on YouTube. Yeah, I saw your answer about the 3 R's. I didn't get a chance to respond to it, but yes, I did see that. All right, but I appreciate you coming through and showing love. Like I said, the good doc is all about stimulating the brain cells and creating alternative. That's what you guys need to understand. I'm all about creating alternative thought processes. And of course, if you guys want to bring it back to what you believe the deep root problem is, then that's perfectly fine. But to me, when I ask questions to Filipinos, these are the reasons why I ask these questions. Simply because I know that a Filipina may give me a differing answer than what us as foreigners logically believe to be actually accurate. Shout out to the homie Trent Knight. The folks got that flashlight looking for Big Mike. What's good? They always out here looking for me, but they can't find me. It's sad. I'm a big black bald guy in Davao City. I can't be that fucking hard to find. But I appreciate you guys showing some love to the good doc. My man MD says it's easier to date anywhere in the world if you have money. Yes. Very, very easy to date, but are you the type of person that believes that these women are only after you because of your money? And don't you think that that will create a stressor in your personal opinion when it comes to dating these women, simply because at the end of the day, it's impossible for you probably in the long run to look for something permanent should you want to? That's the kind of thought processes we think. When we think long term, All right, from the standpoint, right, from ground level, very, very easy to say, fuck, we got money, we could date around, do as we please, and we'll never run out of funds. Technically, that's what that means when you come from means or you have the funds to take care of everything. But should you be looking down the line for something possibly a little bit more permanent? Possibly. Not saying that you will. Do you believe that it makes it harder in the long run because you're so stressed out over the fact that you're not sure if this girl is only with you because of what you can do for her, which most people believe girls are only with you for anyways? Or, you know, do you believe she's looking to come up because of you? Like most people said, Filipinos only want to get a green card, or Filipinos only want to get away from their own home country, so they're going to use foreigners until this, that, and the other. Do I agree with that? Not quite. Not quite all the time. Not in all situations. But then again, like I said, I create alternate thought processes. I'm more or less the person that's the naysayer to an extent. I want to know what is your counter argument to something that I say. So again, that's what we do for a living. That is why the Good Doc has created such a channel that I believe provides profound thought processes. It could be almost the same topic, but definitely approached in a different way. So definitely interested to hear what you guys got to say. A lot of people say that it is easier to date because you have money. True that. But let's look down the line about a couple years later. Are you really? How many of you guys are okay with dating around forever though? Like, I mean, to an extent, I kind of feel like somewhere down the line, you gotta draw the line somewhere, you know? If you're the type of person that's gonna be a forever bachelor, hey, salute to you, do your thing. I'm all in it. So if you're in it to win it, do your thug. I am not gonna shit on you for it. But I'm the type of person that after a while, I get bored quick. Like really quick. So, you know, I could play the field for a while, but ultimately I'm gonna look for somebody I could kick it with long term. It's innately in me. And again, it's not in everybody, but for me personally, I could only play the field for so long before I start to get bored. And you'd be like, Doc, how in the fuck can you get bored when there's so many beautiful women around and all of this, and you can have as much fun as you want to as long as you have the money to do it? I don't know. I've never understood myself. That's just my thing. I get bored quickly. Like, I'll play the field for a little bit and then I get tired of it, you know, because then I know that it's always about what people can get from me in the moment. So it's always going to be a negotiation. That's what I kind of feel when you date around like that. It's always a negotiation. It's always okay. It's like this, guys. It's always like trying to figure out how to get the best deal. Think about it. Let's say you meet a young lady, you're trying to hook up. Let's just say you want to be honest with her and you're trying to get from point A to point B. We should all know what that means by now. I've kind of explained myself on that on quite a few occasions. But let's say you're just trying to get from point A to point B quickly. All of a sudden, instead of just being about a casual day, getting to know the girl and all that stuff, now it becomes a negotiation. And you got to figure out how much money you're possibly going to spend. Plus what the benefits are going to be from you spending said money. In your head, you already have an amount of money that you're willing to spend, and you're not willing to go over that. So, you know, she's coming at you with this number, you're counter offering until you guys come to an agreement. Imagine that being your interaction with females for the rest of your life. Are you cool with that? I personally can't see myself having it be like that for the rest of my life. That's why I say that I kind of get bored with it every now and again. But then again, like I said, man, everybody's thought process is different. That's just the way I think. Like I said, don't get me wrong. Every now and again, having a little bit of variety in your diet is fucking awesome. Okay, got to have a variety in your diet because sometimes eating the same old shit can get boring. Okay, I do agree with that, but at the end of the day, you got to have something, you know, solid in your corner, man. That's just how I feel. But my man, the nursing student, says depends on what the date consists of, surely. Okay, well, yeah, the date normally consists of you taking her out to eat, or possibly maybe if the girl can cook, her cooking for you. But then again, if you're going to get a girl to cook for you, shouldn't you make her your girlfriend then? If you have her in your own personal space cooking for you all the time, then you might as well call her the girlfriend. That's not casually dating. You know, casually dating to me is you probably switch them out once every now and again. You feel me? So if you got them all up in your living space cooking for you, then that is not casually dating. Shout out to the homie Rob, man. My man says it's hard to date if you have money and more to offer. I get sick of women telling me what I want to hear, like I'm Prince Hakeem. They don't keep it 100. That's what I'm talking about. So in your particular situation, you're basically telling me that it's harder to date because you got the guap, aka the money, the peta, etc. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's always telling you exactly what you said, Rob, what you want to hear in order to make things happen. And that's the fucked up thing about dating around in the Philippines, people. That's what I'm trying to get at, if you guys can pick up what I'm putting down. But I appreciate that one, family. Let me get back to where I was, because I was all out of place. My man Oahudu says everything is easier with money. Try naming one thing that is harder with money besides getting a welfare check. Again, I know where you guys are coming from, but I want you to hear my alternate perspective of having money. Sometimes money can be your downfall. I mean, I love money, no different than anybody else, and I don't have a lot of it, and I'm happy to have what I have, for sure. But at the end of the day, when I'm talking about having money in the dating scene, basically, are you the type of person that is stressed out over the simple fact, like my man Rob said, that these women are only after you from what they can get from you, stroking that ego, telling you what you want to hear, not being real with you, not keeping it 100? I mean, are you okay with that for the rest of your life? Are you okay with dating a woman that will not be honest with you? And like I said, when you're dating consistently, you're making changes, people. Let's keep it real. You're making changes. You're never committing to one. You're dating possibly two or three, depending on how you play the game. And, at the end of the day, you got the means to do it. But ultimately, I feel like you will never, ever be able to settle, because you'll always have that thought in the back of your head. Is she with me because she want to be with me? Or is she with me because what I could do for her? You understand? So that, to me, kind of embodies the hardships of having money and trying to date. If you guys feel me, only if you feel where I'm coming from. Shout out to the homie Frederick Mason, much love. Great state of North Carolina in the building. I appreciate you guys coming through. Money does make the world go round. I do agree. Eddie says having money will definitely make you harder. Ah, you're funny. World Traveler says Dr. Mike, is easy to date if you have money, but it's hard to find a good woman. Okay, now we're in the same realm, because it makes it harder to know if she wants you for the real you or for that paper. There you go. So are you comfortable? Let me ask you guys, are you sincerely comfortable just dating around for the rest of your life? That is my question that I pose to the audience. Is this something that you're cool with? Playing the forever bachelor, always dating around, switching them up every 2 to 3 months or so, switching them out 2 or 3 at a time, running and gunning and having the time of your life? Is that a lifestyle for you? If it is, then, hey, man, having money is easier. But if you're the type of person that has the money, but yet and still trying to find a real one, like I said, I get bored quickly. I do. I get bored very quick. So playing the field is kind of easy in the beginning, but ultimately, I kind of want something for real. Like, I want a girl that's going to cook for me. I want a girl that can lay beside me, and I wake up next to her in the morning and I'm happy and comfortable with her being there. And you can't do that when you're casually dating. Think of it like this. Let's say you running and gunning and you got 2 or 3 girls at one time. You can't let any of them know where you're living at. So chances are you're running them in and out of hotels and doing shit like that. And I mean, you don't trust them in your apartment because you're afraid they're going to rob you, because you don't necessarily know them that well. And then there's a lot of these things that you think about. If you're smart, if you're really, really smart, you're thinking about a lot of things to kind of put yourself in a situation where you got to know if you can trust her or not. But ultimately, when you're running and gunning 2 or 3 at a time, all 2 or 3 of them can't know where you're staying, simply because they could just show up at any time they want to. Late now, if you stay in a condo, of course, lobby ain't gonna let them up unless they call up first. But then again, if you're living in a place, renting a spot out, then of course, girls show up to your house anytime she wants to, and she won't leave unless she know you there now. But you laid up with chick number 2 or number 3, and you over here trying to figure out how in the hell you gonna get rid of both of them. And whether you and I don't care how you play it or how you spin it, let's be real. No girl is going to be comfortable with you having girls running in and out of your place. I don't care if you do explain to her that we're just casually dating. We're just friends friends with benefits and shit. You can't really play that game forever, guys. I'm just going to be real with you. My bad, guys. Yeah, I had to hit the pause for a second, but yeah. But this is just the way the game is played, guys. That's just how I'm thinking right now. Maybe you guys think differently. But again, there's just no way in the world that you can convince 2 or 3 girls, oh, yeah, we're just casually dating. We're not serious. So you're going to be okay with her leaving and the other one coming in. She's just going to be okay with watching you watch another girl come into the game and play the role. You know, that's just kind of how I'm seeing things right now. Again, I think differently. That's all we do. That's all we do. But my man MD says, try dating without money and see how easy it is. I'm not saying, see, you guys are not getting the point. You guys are not understanding the point. It's not so much about the monetary means of having money in your hand. Is it easier or harder to date in the Philippines with money? Simply as one question, is it harder for you to date because you have money, or is it easier for you to date because you have money? That's the question. It's not about, I think you guys be missing the point. I think my boy Mike, BGC Mike, World Traveler, you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, but some people aren't understanding. I'm not asking you going to the Philippines poor and trying to date. Okay, I'm not saying that. Not gonna happen. Okay, not gonna happen. I'm talking about having money. Is it easier or harder to date in the Philippines? Because you have the money, it's easier to date because you can fund the dates, but yet still make it harder because you never know if these women are in it because of what you can do for them, or are they in it simply because they genuinely love your company. You understand? That's what I mean by making it harder. Not necessarily being broke and trying to date. Okay, that's dumb. There's no there's no real debate on that shit. Because when you're trying to date with no money, trying to take a girl to the Carinderia and the street market stuff every single time, knowing that you may or may not be able to take the shit yourself, could definitely provide some hardships. My man said name blocking. I don't know nothing about that. My man says, Oahu Dude says, on the other hand, I've had Davao Filipina deny me a dinner date in Bondi and Burke. Maybe they don't know what the hell that is. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Damn, how the fuck did I get 32 people watching? I appreciate all 32 of you guys coming through and showing love to the good doc. I appreciate you coming through, and I definitely hope that you participate. But while you're in the building, while I have you here, please make sure you caress and caress that like button. Trust me, you don't have to feel guilty for doing it. The like button wants it. Definitely make sure you take care of that for me. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through, spend some time with him today. Now you're on dinner. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. But name blocking, I'm using my iPhone. Huh? I don't know name blocking. I'm sorry, guys. You guys got me fucked up. My man AJ Stock, what's going on, man? He says cha-ching depends on how much is available. 25 bucks in the Philippines is not equal to 250 bucks in NYC. Well, your dollars go a longer way in the Philippines, but depending on how you spend it, depends on how long it goes. True that. My man Captain says, it don't hurt to have a little money. I don't fit. Damn it. Is my explanation of what I'm talking about not clear? I thought my explanation was clear. Cause somebody help me, because I'm kind of losing it here. I think I'm losing my people. Because it's not about the physical monetary having money in hand. That is not what this is about. Is it easier or harder to date in the Philippines with money? If people know about your financial status, does it make it harder for you to date because these women know exactly what you have and you never know if she's in it to get it from you, or if she is in it genuinely because she likes you? Of course, if she doesn't know your financial standing, you can kind of come to a conclusion that maybe, just maybe, she likes you because of what you could possibly do for her. But ultimately, she has to enjoy your company if you are able to get away with taking her on dates to the street food vendors, the Carinderias, your Jollibees, your McDonald's, places like that, your Greenwiches or Greenwiches, or the cheap places where you can get meals for both of you for like less than 500 pesos, maybe even less than 300 or 400. Kind of feel like I'm losing my people here. Or maybe they just didn't hear what I said. But y'all gotta work with the good doc. You're killing me. You're making my head hurt. But I love you guys, true. My man, the nurse student, says you have to assess the female like you would assess your patient. You then apply a plan. Very true. But sometimes we don't have time to assess and make a plan for it. You know, sometimes that's not easy. Now, again, it depends on how long you've been talking to her before you choose to go out on a date. That definitely applies. My man Casey, what's good with your family? MD says if you're looking for love, then it can be hard if you're meeting women who already know that you have money. It'd be hard to know if she really loves you. This is where we're going with the topic of conversation. Now I think you guys are starting to feel me. All right. But yes, that's what we're talking about. Is it easier or harder? That's all I'm saying. That's where we're coming from, and I definitely hope that you guys can partake in the particular topic of conversation. I hope that you guys get it, what I'm trying to say, I should say. Awahudu says, in general, it wouldn't make much difference for me because I don't flash it, and I prefer taking them out on dates where they feel comfortable. Barbecue and Red Horse. Very true. Most of them like to go to places that are familiar, but yet and still, don't get it twisted. You can come across a chosen few that will look at you sideways if you offer places like that. They'll look at you indifferently if you say, let's do McDonald's or Jollibee, and they want to go to like Italiani's, for those that know about that in the Philippines, your Fridays, or your Big B's is in Davao City. I love Big B's. Big B's is not expensive at all, but I love that place. Your Jerry's Grill are like places where you can expect to drop at least 1,000 easy. You can drop 1,000 easy in places like that, you know? So again, it's just an open topic, but I'm trying to make sure that we are all on the same page. Casey says it does depend on the circumstances, whether it could be easier or harder. Okay, easier to date, but will the date be easy? Yeah. Hey, my man Serge, what's going on, family? Hey, my man Serge is back. I ain't seen you in a minute, man. He says, we understood, dog. Need money because you're no longer able to date without it. There we go. Somebody, but yes, that's what we're trying to get at. I kind of felt like I was losing my people there for a minute because I'm not talking about being poor trying to go on dates. I mean, fuck, everybody knows that that's impossible. But again, that's kind of where we're coming from. I'm glad that we are back on the same page. I appreciate that. Let's see what we got here. Easier today, but okay. My man, Eyes On, I appreciate you being back, man. It's been a minute. Big brother says no money, no honey. Bro, you've been saying that shit to me for a hot minute now. But yes, that's true. If you don't have no money, chances are you getting something is probably not going to work out very well for you. I do agree. You just have to be damn it, how can I say this? You got to be conscientious in your approach, whether you're flashy or not. I know a lot of us aren't. I believe I have a deep understanding of my people here. And I understand we are not all flashy. I probably doubt that many of you are flashy with what you have. But ultimately, depending on how you present yourself, definitely it could be a stressor. Does that make sense? It could be a stressful situation. That's the best thing for me to say. It could be stressful trying to date in the Philippines casually because of the fact that you have money. That's all I'm going to say. I believe it could definitely be a stressor. That's why I say, do you believe that it's easier or harder? And when I say harder, I'm only referring to how stressful it could be trying to weed out who's real and who's fake. Because again, like my man Rob said, shout out to the homie Rob, they will tell you whatever you need to hear. They will tell you they they will tell you shit like I'm just a simple girl. Shout out to my man. Damn it, I wanted to make this a video, but we need to talk about it for a split second. I'm only going to touch on it very momentarily. These Filipinos always talking about how simple they are and oh, I'm just a simple person looking for a simple guy. But yet and still they want to go to these fancy ass places and shit. You understand? So kind of throws me through a loop when you read a profile on these online dating sites. When you read these online dating site profiles and they always talk about how simple they are, but yet and still the shit a little different. All right. My bad. But yeah, hold on. God dang it. Phone was acting up, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying, but I think you got what I was saying. My man MG says, if you want to be a bachelor, then it won't matter if they love you or not. True. You just have to keep replacing them. The bachelor lifestyle is not that bad if you have a lot of money. You don't think you get bored with that shit, though? Nobody would get bored with that. I mean, I guess that's just me, man. My boy Michael Smith, what's going on, family? Trent Knight says, yeah, it's easier to date when you got money, but it won't buy you love. There we go. I do agree with that. My man Eyes On says, I'd rather get from point A to point Z with a girl. I don't even want to know what point Z is. The nursing student says, okay, so what is the average amount to spend on a female on a date in the Philippines? It depends on you, but ultimately on a date for two, the first time out, I wouldn't drop no more than 500, and that seems a bit expensive. Nah, not really. That's kind of sad, but I wouldn't go to an expensive restaurant. I would kick it at a local spot. Like, let her introduce you to the local scene. That's the best way to do it. Let her pick a spot. I should say, let her pick a place and, you know, see, and that'll tell you the type of person that she is. That'll be the best way for me to say it. The real, my man AJ says, the real question is, how much is too much to spend? That's up to you. See, to me, damn, how can I say this? To me, on a first date, I'm gonna let you guys answer that question. How much is a good amount to spend on a first date? That is the question I pose. I'm gonna let you guys answer it. I think I already said mine, but I'll let you guys answer it first. MD says you can use the same logic if you're dating the same girl, though you're having sex with the same girl over and over and over again. Very true, but ultimately I'm getting more out of the relationship than just sex. That's where things different. That's the X factor, ladies and gentlemen. When you're in a long-term relationship, it's a little bit more than just sex, right? But again, if you're dating somebody casually, but that casual dating is somebody where a girl's coming to your house and cooking for you, then she might as well be your girl, because now she knows where you lay your head at night. That is the exact same rule. The same rules apply. So then again, I can't really call that casually dating. You're committing yourself to one when you allow her to know where you lay your head at night. Again, when you're in a relationship, it has to be more than just sex, ladies and gentlemen. But when you're casually dating, that to me is all it will ever be. It will only be about how good it is, or how much fun you guys have doing it together. In my personal opinion only. Again, the good doc is only about being about his opinions, but again, everybody can agree to disagree. But like I said, when you're casually dating, it's a whole lot different than actually dating somebody, like being in a physical relationship with somebody, you know? Hop on one leg and bark like a dog, SML for real. That's how you train them. That's how you train them. My boy Reggie in the building, man. What's going on, family? My boy Reginald Graham. Let me be more specific. In my experience, I have never had a problem dating here in the United States or in the Philippines. Many women in the U.S. like to play games, but since I deal with older Filipinas, it's easier in the Philippines. True that. Appreciate you chiming in. Deadly Miss, what's going on, family? Long time no see. I hope the Philippines treated you well, or if you're not there, yeah, get it in. These are those Filipinos know what they doing. That's funny. Oahu Dude says the best scenario is to have money, but keep it to yourself and treat her like you're a broke ass college student. That's what I did, and it worked for me. It worked wonders for me. I'm still I don't know how I'm able to get away with still playing that same game, to be honest with you. Back before I actually got with my girlfriend, I don't even know how I was able to get away with doing what I did, but I didn't, you know. And nobody really questioned me. Nobody said, oh, you're lying, you got more money than that. But if they ever tried you or tested you, I kind of just left them on the back burner to let them know it's not really going to happen that way. My man says, I want to need a wife. Ray will say, yeah. Boy, stop. Man, leave that girl alone, man. My boy Eyes On, you gotta let that one go. I know I'm behind in the chat, guys. I'm gonna catch up. Reginald says, if I am dating more than one lady, I just pick the best one for me. Playing the field will get old quickly. Thank you. Am I the only one that? I thought I was the only one that gets bored with that shit, man. I get bored so fast. Oahu Dude, I'm not playing that game with you. Shout out to the homie Jay Jones, man. Much love to your family. Joshua, appreciate you being in the building. Oahu Dude says, if you don't have any game, any money won't do you any good. That is true. That is so true. Having money will not do you any good if you don't have the game to back it up. I agree with that one. Tom, don't worry. Tom, somebody has always told me you got to be happy with what you got. You understand? And when I finally decided that, I'm like, look, man, let me figure this shit out and try to, try to just stick to what I got going on right now. When I made that decision, was it hard? You damn right it was hard to do something like that, because that shit sucks, you know? At least that's what I thought in the beginning. But ultimately, after time goes on, you start to realize that, you have somebody who is now your partner, somebody who is now going to bring, money to the table with you, somebody who's going to be a team player with you, even though y'all just dating. That's when I kind of realized that there was a lot more benefit to it in the long run. That's what I will say. My man Eddie says, I have a totally different take on this. Go ahead. He said, I kind of hear what you're saying, but that's on you. If you got basic game, no frame, then she's going to play you. Very true. I don't know if you were talking to me or you were talking to the old boy who said what he said, but okay. Basically, your game and frame should be so tight that you choose women based on her ABCs. Okay, Eddie Jackson, what are my ABCs? Jedi man, what's going on, family? He said they are women after all. Very true. Mr. Smith, what's going on, family? Magandang hapon, which means good morning, good evening, and of course good afternoon wherever you are in the world. I have not said that in so long. That is so nostalgic right now. But I appreciate you being in the building. My boy Joshua says, I say it's easier to date with money. Yes, I do agree. It is easier to date with money. God dang it. I keep losing my spot when my shit keeps fucking up. I'm sorry. My man Rob says, when in the Philippines, more money, more problems. Thank you. Shit. Somebody. You see, me and Rob kind of feel this one, though. I've always felt that way. But even though I've always been the broke ass college student, in air quotes, since I've always been that, it was never really an issue. But I've noticed that my more mature guys, my more older foreigners, I kind of feel like that would be more of an issue for them. And your average, and I do believe that it is for the average foreigner, especially those that come for temporary times. I do believe that if you let a Filipina know that you're in the country for a short period of time, she's definitely going to have an idea that you got money in the moment. So she may try to get you for whatever you have. But ultimately, if you're only here for a short period of time looking for fun, it's not going to bother you or hurt you to spend that money. Because hell, you're only here for a limited time. She wants what she can get. You want what you can get, and you kind of make it happen. But, again, I do believe that it is a more money, more problem situation. Just me. And I'm glad my man Rob said it, because that's kind of what I was trying to say. I just didn't have those words in particular in mind, but I appreciate that one. My man Eddie Jackson says, women will only do to you what you allow them to do to you. That is true. That is very true. If you allow it to happen, I know I said that one time, but yeah, if you allow it to happen, that'll definitely make it happen. Again, the no money, no honey. I do agree that you guys are on point with that one. If you ain't tricking somewhere down the line, how much you trick, that's different. How much you over here slanging your thing around and doing your thugtism, that's on you. All right. But how much you choose to trick is the question. You're always going to come out of pocket. That is one thing we can all agree on. You're always going to come out of pocket for something, but how much you come out of pocket for is definitely interesting. I do believe now. Here's the truth. Let's break this down into a situation in which we can all understand. If you're going to a bar and you're going to get a young lady from the bar, and I'm talking about your dance club bar, not the techno dance club, let me meet you on the dance floor. I'm talking about you go to a bar where you bar fine. We already know what those numbers are. You're looking at about 4,000 pesos. So you already know you're coming out of pocket for probably $100 minimum. Let's say you got the game with the change like we talked about before. If your game is strong and your money is tight, you might do all right. So let's say you're trying to talk to a young lady. I do believe that you can get from point A to point B or point A to point Z relatively quickly without having to trick as much money, and that's kind of how I feel. Again, if you got the game to do it, good. But then again, you have to understand that does take time. You understand? If you have time, take the time to do what you got to do. But if you don't have time, then tricking out that $100 may not be so bad after all. Not saying that I condone it, but it may not be so bad after all in the moment. That's it. It may not be so bad in the moment. MD says, we got what you're saying. He said, it's just kind of funny. I'm all over the place tonight, guys. I hope you guys are keeping up, man. I'm all over the place. My man said, what the doc is saying is that when Filipinos discover you have money, you will encounter a different set of problems. There you go. He said, well, I'm broke. I have no money to give. Oahu Dude says, the more I think about it, there are a lot of problems you can encounter if a Filipino discovers you are wealthy. Worst case, she could have her family take you out. That's scary. Mr. Smith, yesterday was my girl's birthday. Happy birthday to them. He said I took her. Oh, happy birthday to her. I'm sorry. I took her and about 15 of her workmates and family members out for dinner. That is very gracious of you. He said it was a foreigner that decided to order a bottle of wine on my dollar. Fuck him, man. I'd make him pay for that. Stop the show. I'd be like, bro, no, that's when you take him to the side and say, bro, you know you paying for that shit, right? I ain't gonna disrespect you in front of company, but ain't no way in hell I'm dropping a dime on that bottle, man. That's you, homie. See, that's that type of shit I don't like. And I made a video about that, man. Foreigners looking to get over on other foreigners and shit. It's some bullshit. He need to pay his own way. Fuck that. Nah, hell nah. Shit, boy, you should have made him pay for it. My man MJB says, hey, what's going on, Malcolm? He says, I don't need money or pesos to be a good person. You said I'm not a good guy, not a bad guy. I'm the guy. Touche, my G, touche. My man Devontae says, yeah, weeding out is hard. Very, very hard. It's very, very difficult. My man Malcolm says, I guess it takes one to know one type of thing. Like, all right. Delvante says, hey, but here Jollibee and McDonald's are fancy restaurants. I'd rather have that. They high scale up in the high scale restaurants, in my opinion. My man AJ says, how can money stress casual dating? If they are after money, then let them tell me anything. Fine if I get what I'm wanting. Okay. My man, Road Travelers, Dr. Mike, the girls start simple, but when there is no limit in spending, they want everything. You got to play the game back. AJ, I agree, man. Got to play the game, man. Oahu Dude says, I took a girl back to the Marco Polo once just for drinks and dinner, and the texting was nonstop for the remainder of my Davao vacation. That's how it starts, man. Can't take them to anywhere fancy. I'm going to tell you, never take them anywhere fancy. That sounds bad, but I'm just being honest. Unless that's your girl, never take them anywhere fancy. My man Casey says you have to test the waters, as they say, put them in situations where they have to show their true colors. Agreed. My man Sir said it's up to you to believe or not your girl is there for your money. If you can't deal with that, then you stay single. Very true. So my man Casey says 700, no more than 800. I said 500. I don't know. People probably gonna say different. I said 5. I know it's a little low, but fuck it, man. Remember, I grew up here. God dang it. Remember that. Oahu Dude says, best first date. It's not about how much you spend, but where you spend it. Do not recommend a Western restaurant. I say give her a chance to recommend the restaurant. That'll show her true colors quickly. Then again, it depends on what you both like doing. Very true. Sir says, if you don't know how to manage your money with girls, stay single. Very true. Very true. If you don't know how to manage your money, period, nah. Hell no. AJ says where you spend it or how you end it. Okay. Izon says, I will be there in May for 2 weeks. I am only going to bring 1,200 USD, so I hope that's enough for anything. Yeah. A 2-week vacation. Yeah, 2 weeks, 1,200. That should be more than sufficient. Of course, I believe that you are very conscientious of how you spend your money, so I do believe that is it's going to work out. My man MD says maybe between 2,000 and 4,000 for a first date. God damn, man. I'm sorry, man. Not happening on my dime, bro. I can't drop. Not for a first date, bro. Jay Jones says, I think when you are dating around, you tend to spend more money. There you go. Jay Jones, now you're talking my language. That is another issue that we kind of touched on previously. But when you date around, you spend a lot more money. I do agree with that. When you're in a relationship, you're going to spend money. I'm just not sure that it's going to be as much as you would taking a girl out on a date, taking them out on a date, taking them out on a date, taking them out on a date. Because again, these women aren't cooking for you, because if she's at your house cooking for you, that to me is no longer casually dating. That's somebody you have allowed to be in your personal space. So accepting women into your personal space is a whole different bid. You know, that's a step above casually dating. So that's why you can't even allow them to cook for you if you're just casually dating. You're basically going to restaurants every single night. Yeah, McDonald's, Jollibee, KFC. Greenwich, Chowking, all these other restaurants that may fit the bill. In the South, love In the South, boy. I know my people who love In the South. Press 1 if you love Mang In the South, please. That's my shit. If you love Mang In the South, press 1. My man, Mr. Wonderful, what's good, family? Appreciate you being in the building, cooking that fried rice in a wok. Look at the flick of the wrist. My man, nursing student says 2,000 pesos is 28 euro. Is that British pounds? I'm sorry. That's a lot of money. You literally spent 14 on her in London. You would get cussed out for that. Think about it. That's why living in the Philippines is such a beautiful thing. You don't get cussed out for spending a little bit of money. In the U.S., you'll get cussed out for that too. Dropping $10 on a chick, thinking you're going to get you some. That's sad and funny all at the same time. That's why the Philippines is a man's dream. You can accomplish a whole lot more on way less. That's what I will say. My man Rob says, what about the guys who genuinely like nice things and enjoy sharing the experience? They seem to bring the fake out of the women. What dating advice would you have for these kind of men? Oh, damn. See, the advice that we normally give for men like that is to leave the Western mentality behind. But ultimately, I've been getting a lot of text messages about from guys who enjoy the finer things in life. And when you enjoy that shit, it's kind of hard to turn it off. So they're fucked either way. Basically, there's no advice for them. Trying to tell them, instead of taking a woman to this place, try taking her to a place that she's familiar with, or a place like that, because they're going to want to eat what they want to eat. They're not going to want to eat where probably she wants to eat. So ultimately, over time, how can I say this? Ultimately, over time, by exposing her to this lifestyle, she's used to this lifestyle. Think of it like this. You know how these NBA players and stuff marry these hood rat thought chicks and shit in the United States, then they get divorced, and then the woman is saying, well, he exposed me to this lifestyle, and this is the lifestyle that I'm used to, so he's got to give me alimony or shit like that to help take care of me and keep up this lifestyle that he provided for me while we were together. That is the exact same situation without being married. When you expose them to this lifestyle, you can't take it away. You can't say, well, we can't do this anymore, because you're the reason she's in that particular place in the first place. You brung her there. She didn't get there on her own. You did that shit. So yes, these guys who live this lavish lifestyle or like the finer things bring out very, very, very negative sides to Filipinas. But ultimately, what can they do? What can you do about it? What can you do? That's why they fuck it up for everybody else. Then you got this girl used to eating this type of stuff and all of this stuff because you bring her there all the time, trying to change her mind and take her back to where she came from, to some food that now all of a sudden doesn't taste right to her anymore. She doesn't like it. You can't do anything with that. That's why you never expose them to shit like that. That is my cardinal rule. They can't be exposed to what we know. They can't be exposed to our westernized lifestyle, because like my man Rob said before, Rob, you're very big on this, man. She gonna gain that weight quick if you allow her to keep eating that shit. So yeah, you got to be careful. You got to pick your poison for sure. My man, the nursing student, says, I will hold back until you find the real one that deserves the experience, the finer things in life. Very true. God, I mean, but see, that's the truth. See, but my man Rob, he knows this, but there are a chosen few guys who really just don't care because they're not as experienced. And of course, I'm gonna shout out John Doe. That's my dude. He says it all the time. These are the guys who don't know the culture. Okay. And that's true. They just don't know the culture. So you can't get around that. My man says, how much money would make you a target for Filipinas and Davao? How much income per month? How much money would make you just blend in? That's an impossible question to answer because I can't really put a specific dollar amount on that one. But to just blend in, fuck. Ugh. Blend in money. Let's see. How much is it to just blend into the Davao scene with money per month to come in? I would say, and this is going to sound crazy as hell, if 1,500, that's it. That's my number. 1,500 USD per month is the only amount that if you ever had to let somebody know, I don't know any reason why you would, but if they ever knew your numbers, 1,500 would be the number. 1,500 is just good enough to where you're doing okay, but not so good to where you're significantly outdoing other people in the country. Because that's the thing. The thing to me is you don't want to seem like you're outdoing everybody from on a larger scale. 9 times out of 10, the foreigner is going to be outdoing the Filipino. No doubt in my mind, but you never want to seem to be doing that much more better than them. So if you're, oh, military pension, or, you know, I do a job and I get 1,500 a month, or maybe 2,000 max, you're not doing that much more better than them. That's 100,000 if you say $2,000. So you're not looking as if you're, oh, I'm bringing $5,000-$10,000 a month, because now we're looking at $500,000. Imagine how $500,000 sounds to $100,000. You know, you kind of pick your poison with that one. But there should never be a reason people should know your money. But if they ever did find out, the number that they should ever find out is like $1,500. I think $2,000 per month is a good blend in money per month. That's blend in money. That way, oh, you can't buy a whole car with your monthly salary. You can't buy a house with your monthly salary. You feel me? It's kind of how I'm seeing it. So I think that kind of works. Blend in money, I would have to say 2,000. And this is just me giving a number because you asked me for a number. It does fluctuate too. I'm going to say that one. My man Eddie says, I didn't want to make this public until I released my new book. But for you, Dr. Mike, here are the ABCs. I'm sorry, man. I mean, you ain't have to tell me, but I'm going to ask you. Choose a woman based on attitude, behavior, and character. Unfortunately, most men choose a woman based on her ass, breast, and cooking. You guys are great. I love you guys. He said, what are you talking about, 500? Oh, no. Hell no, Trent. 500 pesos, bro. Hell no. 500 pesos, sis. That's it. No more. No more than that. All right, MD. Much love to you, man. Casey says, first 4,000 on a first date. Wow. I dropped that taking my girl's whole family to dinner, but not for me and my girl otherwise. It's very true. My boy Rob hit #1. That's what's up, family. You know, Rob the only one to hit #1 for me. Y'all tripping. 4,000 pesos is a nice bar fine with lady drinks. Exactly. That's a top of the line number right there. Nursing student says, Rob, you just know you set the bar. You set the bar high, man. Casey says, McDo in the Philippines is a good first date. Yes, I love McDo on a first date. It's in between, not too fancy and it's not too cheap. It's not Carinderia street food cheap, but it's not Fridays Italiani's expensive. You're right there in the middle. Mang Inasal. Damn it, I love Mang Inasal. Rob, the only one that know about Mang Inasal. What's wrong with you people? It's the best first date ever, man. That chicken leave you full for like days. I don't know what it is. That chicken's on steroids, bro. My man Casey says, once you get to know her better, you can upscale. For sure. My man Channel 19, what's going on, family? My man Michael Smith says, it's hard to turn it off, but it is not possible. I like the finer things, but I turned it off when I got to the Philippines because of warnings that other expats have given me this work so far. Please turn it off. Turn it down. Do whatever you can. Don't bring that finer things in life dining mentality to the country because you're going to ruin it. You're going to ruin that girl. You're going to ruin her. I know that sounds crazy. It's amazing that you can ruin a person by exposing them to finer things. But yes, that is highly possible. Because once you turn it on, you can't turn it off. Best case. No doubt in my mind. My man, the nursing student, says, I would start in a coffee shop. Okay, that's a great start. And to see what she is about. If she is with it, then I'll upgrade it. If I don't hear from her, oh well. No, man, a coffee shop is, to be honest with you, a coffee shop is a little bit more, how can I say this? It's more upscale than just going to McDonald's and Jollibee. And the reason I say that is because Starbucks is their place of residence. Like they go to Starbucks, they got Blue Gray, they got Coffee Bean, they got other shit, but most of the time Starbucks is the meeting place for them. And I think that once you buy yourself a drink, once you get her some coffee, all that above, you'll probably spend more money at Starbucks than you would eating at McDonald's or Jollibee. By the time you buy 2 drinks, 2 coffees, Yeah, they both run on average about 120 pesos for even a small size, about $3 or so. It's not that dramatic, but like I said, by the time you pay for your drink and hers and probably a little snack or something, you'll pay more money than you would probably just going to McDo in the first place. My man Michael Smith says that's where I started out, was at a coffee shop in Cebu City and started dating these Filipinos. Okay, no doubt. Nothing wrong with a coffee shop. A Wahoo Dude says, would you recommend the night market for first dates? The reason I would say yes is because, you know what, this is the best way to play it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. The best way to play it is to go to the night market. You can explain to the girl that you want to know where she comes from, that you want to know about, you know, the night market because you've never been. So it's easier for her to take you to these places, and you can spend what 100 pesos and you'll be full as fuck, you know, because the food there is so cheap and you can eat a lot. So I would just play it off like that, you know. Look, I want to know about your food. I want to know about your culture. So let's go to the night market. And I would definitely recommend it, but not everybody's stomach is prepared for the Davao night market or any night market in any city. So you just got to pick your poison. If you're willing to go for it, go balls to the wall for it, man. I would recommend it 100% of the time. Because again, you'll spend like maybe 200, maybe 150 pesos, depending on what you get. But most of the time, it's just finger food, like street food, shit that'll cost you like 10 pesos here, 20 pesos there, 15 pesos there. Nothing really expensive unless you sit down and get like a meal with some rice and some barbecue and some grilled squid, you know, all of the pusit, the pusit, you know, the isao and all that shit. Once you start to sit down and get a meal and you get multiple sticks of shit, then that shit might run you about 100, but you can still eat fairly well on very little. There you go, AJ. That's it, man. Starbucks is about 500 for a first date. No doubt. I'm telling you. You come out cheaper just going to McDonald's. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. My man Channel 19 says, so what you're saying is live a minimalist lifestyle. No, what I'm saying is to her, in front of the girl, you live a minimalistic lifestyle. You can live how you want to when you're alone, but when you're with somebody, you never want to expose yourself like that. That's what I'm saying. When you're by yourself, you go balls to the wall. You treat yourself to the finer things in life. Just don't treat her until she's earned the right to be treated to the finer things, like my people just said. You understand? But when you're by yourself, oh, you don't skimp on shit. You do what you want to because you earned it and you deserved it. But does she deserve to have it because you want it? Hell no, man. She got to earn her spot there. So you live a minimalistic lifestyle around her. But when you alone, when you are alone, ladies and gentlemen, when you are by yourself, you spend how you want to spend for you. You just don't spend how you want to spend on her. You understand? That makes sense. My man Michael Smith says, Dr. Mike, the numbers you are talking about are those in pesos. Pesos only. Pesos. I only speak in pesos, people. I'm not talking dollars. Pesos only. If you need a translation into dollars, I'll tell you. But anytime you hear me dropping numbers, I'm dropping peso numbers, okay? Don't think dollars. Please don't think dollars. Please don't think dollars. He said, I figure I could live off of 25,000 pesos a month. Is that too high? No. You said you figure you can live off of 25 a month. 25 a month is only 500 USD. That seems a little bit on the low end, if you want to be honest. If you can live off of that, you're doing well. But I want you to be able to bring more to the country. So if you can live off of 25,000 pesos a month, living off of, I would hope that you would at least be bringing in about 1,500. So if you're saying you live off of $500, I'm hoping you'll be bringing in about $1,500. Okay, you know, because I don't want you to just say, "Oh, I can live off 500, so all I need is 500." It doesn't quite work that way. Got to make sure you're bringing in more, but living off of less. You know, that's kind of my mentality. Make sure you have as much as you can, but live off as little as humanly possible. So yeah, the minimalistic lifestyle, just until you're able to save up a nice little cushion for yourself, if that makes sense. My man Smooth Rib says my target is to have 2,000 to 2,500 per month coming in and stick to my budget. Hey man, if you can bring in 20, let's say you bring in 2,000, but you can live off of 1,000 of that and you can save the other grand. That's a good way to live. Hell, if you can only save 500 USD, that's still nice. That's still a nice little chunk of change for sure. Hey, Ed, man, what's going on, bro? Ed says, what about McDonald's? I love that place. I love that place. McDonald's. You want to know why I love McDonald's? Have you guys ever brung in food from other restaurants and brung them into other places? Like, I know a girl, right? This girl, this girl I used to date, right? She liked McDonald's fries, but she liked the Jollibee burger. So she would buy fries at McDonald's and we would go over to Jollibee to get a burger. Like, it was just weird like that. So, I've known people to bring in food from other places and kind of just create their own concoction. Maybe she liked McDonald's fries, Jollibee sandwiches, but ice cream from, Greenwich or some shit. It was just a concoction of all kinds of shit. Motherfucker have you running all over the city for some food and shit. But it was cute. It was endearing. But yeah. Ken, what's going on, bro? The weather's doing just fine. Every now and again it rains, but the weather is doing just fine as we speak. My man Channel 19 says, now that's this applied. He said, now that's this applied. Some older Filipinas or two younger Filipinas. My man Isaac, man, what's going on, bro? He says, are you in the Philippines, Mike? Yes, the great, great, great city of Davao City. Whoop, whoop. Anybody talk shit about my city, I'm blocking you immediately. Just letting you know. If I hear any negativity about Davao City, y'all gonna be put on timeout for 300 seconds automatic, okay? Just want to let you know that. But yeah, I'm here in Davao City. But I will be going home, guys. Unfortunately, I will be making that trip back to the great state of North Kakalaki soon enough because, it's tax season and I'm going to take care of some stuff. And I want to build up a little cash cow because yours truly has some big plans coming soon. You guys will be made privy to that information whenever that information is to be made privy. But yeah, for now, Davao City, but soon I'll be heading back home. I already told you guys I was going to be going home. Y'all know about it soon enough. My man World Traveler says, Dr. Mike, expats that come to the Philippines as a 2-week millionaire mess it up for us who live in the Philippines full time. The girls expect to be spoiled all the time. Yes, that hurts. It hurts my feelings. But yet and still, I think, but you know what? You know what, Mike? Let's talk about that for a split second. Let's talk about that for a split second because, see, my boy BGC Mike, me and you, we are a lot alike because I think we have zero problem bringing these women back down to earth. You understand? I kind of feel like it's up to us and men like us to bring these women back down to reality, to let them know we ain't all like that. But you're right. The 2-week millionaires, those types of guys, they ruin it for everybody because they choose to spoil them and they all expect to be spoiled. And then they come to me or they come to you or come to one of my guys here in the chat. Then they realize they going to get that reality check and we got to bring them back. We got to deflate that balloon and bring them back down to reality and let them know you should have just stayed with that motherfucker because you ain't getting that over here. You better be happy with your Jollibee. You better be happy with your McDo. Better be happy with your street food. Better be happy with your Carinderias because that's all you're going to get from me. Now, I'll fuck the shit out of you. No. Let me hold on. I'll give you the dick the best that I possibly can. I will put on a show for you. But as far as the food is concerned, you eat whatever I feel like eating that day. And I ain't gonna starve you now because Filipinos like to eat. Don't starve you, girl. But, we're going to eat at realistic places. And don't expect me to just take you to the mall and trick out on you because that's not going to happen, boo-boo. Don't work that way for me. And it ain't going to work that way for you either. But, you just got to bring them back down to reality. That's the best way for me to tell you. My man AJ says, do I plan on tying the knot with my girl? Well, eventually. Don't get it twisted, man. I love mines. Don't ever get it twisted. But we kind of got things that we're working on right now, But if you're asking me if I am already married, the answer is no, I am not yet married. But we might as well be because we've known each other for fucking ever, okay? So again, though that time will come when that time will come, but as of now, not yet. And yes, to say that we are planning on doing it, that's highly probable. Like I said, that is very highly probable. I will say that one. My man says, Oahu Dude says, living there full time, don't you get tired of eating out? I bet you could save tons of money if you eventually learn how to cook. Yes. Oh no, my girl cooks for me all the time. I don't eat out. I don't. I mean, the videos that I show you guys, like of me going to eat out places, those are few and far between. Like that don't happen often. I mean, my girl cooks for me all the time. Let's make that clear. My girlfriend finds herself in the kitchen flicking the wrist all the time. She loves cooking for me. That's her. That is her. That is the highlight of her day. Can you believe that? She tells me how much she enjoys making food for me because she knows that I enjoy her cooking and shit like that. So that's facts. So that's never been an issue. Like she cooks for me all day, every day. I do enjoy going out every now and again. Sometimes I don't like a dirty ass kitchen. So once the kitchen's cleaned up, I'll be like, man, let's just go grab something real quick. But ultimately in me and my relationship, oh yeah, you'll save a lot more money if you have somebody who cooks for you or if you learn how to cook. Now, if you're a single guy and you don't have anybody with you that cooks for you, eating out eating out can get boring. Eating out can be expensive. But ultimately, if you're eating out by yourself, it's not as expensive in the Philippines as you think. I think cooking, buying food and cooking it and prepping it and doing all that will be more expensive than eating out if you're alone. Especially if you're my type of person. I'm very, very consistent in what I like to eat. So you'll see me eating. If I'm by myself, literally, I'll eat the same shit almost every day. It's really bad. It's not the greatest thing. I can go to In-N-Out, get me a piece of chicken and some rice. And yeah, that'll cost me like $120. But that meal, I can split it into 2 meals because that chicken's so damn big. So, I'm eating on that for 2 meals and that's it for the day. So I only spend 120 pesos on food as opposed to trying to stock a refrigerator and trying to cook. I'd rather just go get it fresh, eat it when I'm there and, have something to eat later and be done. That's kind of easy when you're by yourself. But if you're with somebody, you should learn how to cook or have her cook for you, no doubt. But like I said, that's only if you're alone. That's why, like I said, you can go to Jollibee, get you a little 50 peso meal, get you 2 of those, and that's only what, $2? Then instead of having to go all the way to the grocery store, buy the food, cook the food, it's more healthier. Don't get it twisted. It's a lot more healthier, but ultimately you come out cheaper. I believe if you're alone only, you come out cheaper by just going to get these cheaper meals at these restaurants. But if you're a finer things in life kind of guy, yeah, it'll be expensive, no doubt. So you should probably learn to put some food together yourself to kind of save on the back end. But for me, if I got hungry, I would snack. I'm very fond of like snacking. Like I could go get me a bag of apples at the grocery store if I'm hungry, or go to the Davao City convenience store, get me like some 7 peso snacks and shit, and a bottle of water, and I'm good for the evening. Like, I don't really do a lot of eating at night, so I guess it's kind of like pick your poison. But if there's 2 of you, yeah, somebody needs to cook. But if you're by yourself, I do believe, depending on how you spend and how you eat, you come out cheaper by yourself if you're okay with eating the fast food. May not be the healthiest, but you do come out a little bit cheaper doing it that way. But yeah, you do need to learn to cook. He said, I'm inquiring minds want to know. I'll be honest with you, me and minds, we'll eventually let that happen. For sure. Serge, if you don't eat junk food, fuck. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. If you don't eat junk food, damn, then you have to first of all, you got to get an Airbnb or a place where you can actually cook, or you have to go to the places that serve good food, and then you're relatively gonna come out spending a little bit more than eating at your Jollibees and stuff like that. And I do agree, it's not the best place for you, but you're gonna have to learn to cook then. That's true. You're gonna have to eventually learn to cook for yourself. And shout out to my boy JD. My boy JD Orca. My boy DE Raptor. You guys know him. My man has a very, very strict diet, and he can't eat everything in the Philippines. All right. So he like when we met up and we had our dinner and everything, he had some food with him, and what he would do is he took some food home with him. He bought this fish. I can't remember, but it was at this one restaurant in my mall in Manila when we actually met. He had took some home with him, and he ate some while he was there. So, because of what he eats and what is acceptable for him to eat with the diet that he has, like I said, if you find a place that can take care of it for you, then you kind of just have to keep going back to that restaurant to keep getting what you know, because you know what they're feeding you is something that you're okay to actually eat. So you might have to find a restaurant that suits your fancy, you know, and maybe it'll work that way for you. There are cheap restaurants that have, you know, very, very good vegetable dishes, vegetable rice, or if you're not really a rice person, you get the vegetables on the side with a meat without eating any carbs. I mean, it just depends on you. You got to find something in your area that suits you. It can be hard, though. Very, very hard. I tell people all the time, in order to be vegetarian and or vegan in the Philippines, got to make your own meals. Go to the market, shop, make your own shit. So at least you know what you're putting in your body. Because when it comes to these restaurants, you're not going to know what they're putting in the food. No different than in the United States or any other place in the world. But yeah, Ed's probably right. Your options are slim to none. I'm not going to say zero to none, but very, very slim. Very, very, very slim. But you guys make that is a hell of a question. Like I said, you have to, damn, it's all about picking your poison, man. The Philippines isn't always the greatest place for, if you have a strict diet or something you're trying to stick with, it can be very, very difficult to stick with it in the Philippines, especially if you don't know exactly what you're eating. So they do have halal restaurants or restaurants that don't serve pork. If you are Muslim, that's a very big deal, especially in Davao City, considering how big the Muslim community is in the Philippines. So there are restaurants that cater to that. But, you know, ultimately, if you're the type of person that, you know, eats a certain kind of thing, I would have to literally know what it is that you can and cannot eat before I can recommend, okay, I think you should try this place or that place. I would have to know what your restrictions are to an extent in order to make that happen. But it is a great question, man. Hell of a question, guys. Making me stress my brain cells tonight, huh? So my man Awahudu says, do you think it would be an issue if a man likes to cook too? Would you steal your Filipina's thunder in the kitchen? No. I don't think so. But, huge but, she has to do more cooking than you. It's not stealing, it's not stealing her thunder if you do it maybe once or twice a week, but she's doing it the rest of the week. But you don't want to make it a habit. You don't want to make it a habit. Yeah, you don't want to make it a habit because you don't want to make her lazy for you doing all the cooking and shit, okay? So got to find that delicate balance there. It's not necessarily stealing her thunder, but she has to be the one doing the majority of the cooking. Let's be real. You can cook a couple times, but she has to do the majority of it, no doubt. Because then it could become a problem of, well, okay, he's doing all the cooking. I'm good, you know? But then again, you're probably doing all of the cooking because you know what's going in the food. But you can always teach a young lady how to cook the meals that you like. That is the one thing about Filipinas. I know they are very, very adaptable in the kitchen. If you tell her, okay, I want you to cook this with me, so the next time you know how I like it, then you no longer have to cook no more. You feel me? So you should make it a group thing. Make it a group effort whenever you're in the kitchen cooking with her, so that you don't have to steal her thunder, but you can actually, what's the word I'm looking for? You can contribute to the thunder that she already has, if that makes sense. My man, the nursing student, says, let's keep the westernized materialistic concept in the Western world. Please, let's do that. He says, I feel some people are messing it up for all of us. Yes, they truly are, people. They truly are. They're fucking it up for everybody. And they're going to continue to do it. Let's be honest. They're going to continue to do it. Shout out to my man, Big Kev. What's going on, family? Appreciate you being here, man. Much love to you. My man, Isaac, says, what is it like living in the Philippines full-time compared to the U.S. or the UK? Is it like Africa? You know what? You know what's funny? That is a very interesting thing. Because I was having a conversation with one of my friends who is actually who has family from Africa. And also my boy JD said this. There are some parts of the Philippines, some parts of the Philippines that look like Africa. They've told me that there are some parts of the Philippines that remind them of Africa. Now, in the Philippines, they are a little bit more better with the infrastructure to an extent than they are in Africa. So I've heard. Don't quote me on that. But, you know, the infrastructure is a little bit better in most areas in the Philippines than it is in Africa, but they do say that some parts of the Philippines remind them of Africa. So It's funny that you say that, but living full time in the Philippines is a hell of an adjustment. First things first, food, dealing with certain types of people, you're dealing with a different culture. So full time, it's fun for me. It's cheaper. That's the one thing that's kind of really, how can I say this? It's really been a shining light in the Philippines. I'm not picky. There's not really much that I won't do, and there's not really much that I won't try to eat to adjust my lifestyle. But it is an adjustment, a very, very big adjustment. If you're coming from a Western world, there's a lot to prepare for. If you're full time. So anybody who's looking to make a full time move, don't do that until you visit first. Let me say that really, really slow. Do not make a full time commitment to the Philippines until you visit first. If you can afford to stay for a month, if you can afford to stay for 2 weeks, get that out the way first before you try to make a full time move. I've known people to make the move and it didn't quite work out that way because they made the move, but they made the move based on a recommendation. I don't want anybody to make a move 100% without at least trying it first. Got to come for a couple of weeks to see if it's something that you could potentially see yourself, or a place you could potentially see yourself in long term. For sure. My man Sir says I eat essentially organic. Okay. Well, shit. Well, okay. There is a healthy food store in Davao City that I like to go to, but it's already prepped meals. Like they got juices and like pre-made food. Basically, it's it's food that's already prepped. It's not like a market where you get to pick your stuff out and make your own stuff when you get home. Organic, that means basically no pesticides, no nothing, but that's hard because all of the vegetables and fruits in the Philippines have likely been touched with pesticides in one way or another. That's a tough go, my friend. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never come across a place that is purely organic and a place that I trust to tell me they're purely organic, because they can say that shit in the Philippines, but it means a totally different thing in their country than it means in your country. So that's a tough go, man. That's a tough way around. But there are shit. I've never been to an organic restaurant. I mean, I've never been to an organic market in the Philippines. Can't believe that one exists, at least in my area. Off the top of my head, I can't find one. So I'm truly sorry, bruh. I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist, but I think you really have to take this a day at a time. If you could wash the pesticide off of the fruits and vegetables, if you could find a way to bleach it, blanch it off, and hopefully that makes it suitable for your taste, then I would suggest you do that. But I really don't know, man. That's a really tough go, bro. Oh, Wahoo just says living in the Philippines full time, time flies. I love it. It is a great place, man. It is a great place, but you gotta visit first, man. That's my whole bit. Michael Smith says, as long as it's not a dog or cat. You don't like eating animals? What's wrong with you? The nursing student says, not to jump the subject, but does the Philippines culture expect the big wedding and dowries, or you could have a simple wedding? Shit. The dowry, man, that shit is old school, bro. I don't think that many of them live by those rules unless you're in the very, very rural provincial area, but they don't really do the dowries anymore. You don't have to pay the parents. Eventually, you're going to have to come out of pocket for the parents, probably down the line or something. But ultimately, there's no, okay, I'm paying. I'm going to give you my goats, or I'm going to give you my pigs and shit for your daughter. None of that shit. But that is funny, though. That is kind of funny. But nah, I don't think it's anything like that. Big weddings? Shit. My pops had a wedding. When my pops got married, his wedding was immaculate as hell and only spent $3,000 US. So that's not bad. You feel me? That's not too bad. You know, he spent $3,000 US and his wedding was pretty immaculate. So, you know, you might be required maybe to do a church wedding, but I know that if I wanted to marry my girl tomorrow, we go down to the courthouse and it'd be done. You feel me? Now we would have to take the classes on, foreigner marrying a Filipino. This is what you need to know. Like, there's like a 2 or 3 day class that I think your foreigners are required to take before they marry a Filipino in the Philippines. As far as I can remember, take the class, get married, be done. And I will give her the wedding that she wants eventually. But if I want to get married tomorrow, it's gonna be that kind of wedding. Shotgun is what we call it. But yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. The dowry, man. I can't believe you brought that shit up. I ain't heard nobody say that shit. Do I have to pay a dowry to get my wife? You might have to pay something. I'm not gonna say, but I don't think it's gonna be in the form of goats, chickens, or pigs. Okay, I think you're okay. You guys make me laugh. I love you guys sincerely. I truly do. Wahudu says, if they find out how much money you have, they will have a higher expectation. Yes, never let them know how much money you have, please. For your sake and the sake of everybody's well-being. There's my boy, DE. What's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. I was talking about you a minute ago. I don't know if you caught it, but I appreciate you being there. Say my man name 3 times, he'll pop up. Ed says, oh, just agree to support the wife's family. Big Kevin, did you get... Why you leave that man alone? He said it's not nice to tell her how to cook. I mean, never tell her how to cook, but if she's going to cook for you, at least she's... I mean, you know what? Here's the real. What I've learned about my girl is this. My girl is happy about satisfying me. You understand? And when your woman is all about you and all about making sure you're happy, she will cook. No, when it comes to things that you like to eat, you're going to have to cook it with her first. So the next time she can cook it by herself. You understand? So if you tell her, I'm like, babe, you know what I want for dinner tonight? I want this. Remember that thing we cooked together? Can you make that for me? She'll be happy to do it. Not necessarily telling her how to cook. Of course, you're going to end up eating the foods that she cooks. But if there's certain things that you like, she will be more than happy to learn how to cook something for you. And if she's not, then you might want to reconsider. That is what I will say. Never tell her how to cook, but show her the types of things that you like, and maybe she'll be able to get on board with that. My man, the Observer in the building. What's going on, family? My man, DE says, once Filipino called me selfish because I did not want her to cook for me. Well, DE, you have a very, very acquired taste, man. I remember, you have a strict eating style, like eating habits that you have. So it's going to be tough for them to even cook for you. So unless she knows how to cook the things that you like, it's going to be a bad go, man. Big Brother says, if you have dietary requirements like a diabetic vegetarian, I found the best way was to go to a buffet okay. Yeah, the buffet does provide variety. That's true. It is a bit pricey, I think, but if you don't have cooking facilities, right? Like if you stay in a hotel, you don't have a lot of options either. Very true. My man, sir, says, I will cook and or learn my girlfriend to cook for us. Yes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with letting her know what you like. That's my only thing. That's all I'm saying. She's going to cook her own foods, but as long as she knows what you like to eat, I think she'll be more than happy to cook the things for you. Maybe she'll end up having to cook twice because, something for her and then something for yourself if you guys don't eat the same food, but at least she'll be more than happy to do it for you. Just the way I see it. My man, sir, says Africa is not a country. Did he say, well, I don't know. My man says, is the Philippines like Africa? Africa is a continent. Damn it. I know. Fuck. Let me see. He said it was, fuck. I can't see. Now you got to be on, like I said, let me not say, this is what I heard from him. I shouldn't have said a country. I know it's a continent. I fucked up. My bad. I don't remember exactly where he was from, but he said that it did remind, my boy DE can answer that question better than me. Because like I said, my man said that there were some parts of Africa that reminded, or there were some parts of the Philippines that reminded him of Africa. What particular parts? I can't be specific, but I want to say it was more or less like Kenya and parts of West Africa. That sounds, yeah, I think it was West. Fuck, I don't know. Because he didn't say specific areas. Like he said, he just said there are some parts of the Philippines that remind him of Africa. That's what he said. That was the suck ass part, I know. But he did say that there were some parts of Africa that reminded him of the Philippines, or there were some parts of the Philippines that reminded him of Africa. What specific areas? You got me, man. Don't quote me on that shit. Duh, you got to get me on that one. But yeah, like I said, man, I wish that I could give you more answers, but you know what? You're doing your homework, and now you've given me a homework assignment. I'm going to talk to my guy, and I'm going to ask him what particular parts of Africa was he referring to that reminded him of the Philippines, so you can get a general idea. So next time you come around, I hope to have those answers. I do. I don't know I don't know if y'all talking to me, but yes, I know Africa is a continent. That is my bad. You got me. I think, yo, I fucked. I say this shit all the time, guys. Don't kill me. The good doc is not a geological map. Fuck. The geography was never my best subject in school, people. Okay. I do business, not geography. But yes, I do realize that Africa is a continent. You got me. My bad. I'll take the L. Ha ha. Laugh at the good doc. Okay. But yes, what particular parts of Africa he was referring to, I do not know. The Observer says also have a budget, because those pesos can go quick. If you aren't in touch with 1,000 pesos, 20 USD, that can add up quickly. Very true. That is very, very true. You got to know, you got to spend your money like pesos, not like dollars or other currencies. It says whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah. I know, but I hate when see, here's the thing. Here's the fucked up part. People love to tease me. Y'all don't know how bad it is. My audience is so unforgiving. I got a doctorate degree, but let me say something wrong and they jump down my throat. Oh, you supposed to be a doctor. You supposed to know this shit. Y'all love to clown me for that shit. That's why I can't get away with shit in an articulate way. I may say something wrong. All of a sudden, I'm supposed to be a pure genius with the highest IQ ever. I fuck up too, people. I mess up too. Messed up quite a lot, to be honest with you. I fuck up all the time. But some people are very unforgiving. You should hear some of the comments. Oh, you should articulate your words. You're a doctor. You should talk a certain kind of way. I'm like, damn, man, I can't have fun. I mean, in professional settings, yes, I do speak with proper vernacular, but when I'm having a decent conversation with my people, I want to talk how I want to talk. But some people, they don't let it go, guys. That's why whenever you get me on something, people are very, very picky on me, and I'm good. I'll take the L, but you know how the game goes. Wahoo, dude, that's a good number, man. 34 with 22 likes. I'll take that every day of the week. He said, my wife only cost me 5 caravels and a half a dozen goats. 6 goats? Damn, that's tough go, bro. My man, the Observer says, man, majority of the women there don't have the money for a lavish wedding. You are right. Small wedding is less stressful. I would love a small wedding. It's just too much. Hey, Joji, how you doing, baby? I'm glad you're in the building. I miss my girl, Liz, man. I ain't seen Liz in a long time. Tell Liz when you see her that I miss her, because she's, like, other than Joji and, of course, my girl Shannon, like, those are the only girls who watch me, so I hope she's okay. I hope she's doing well. My man Isaac says, what's the best tips for visiting Filipina friend for the first time in the Philippines? Are you talking about a girl that you want to date, or you're talking about dating a girl and meeting her friends? Or are you talking about just meeting a Filipina friend in general? I don't know if I can do that one. Yeah, I can't do that one right now. I might have to make that a video. But I need clarification first. Are you talking about tips to just meet her as a friend? Shit. I need clarification on that one, because I feel like I might be misinterpreting that one. He said, get an Airbnb close to her and meet up. I like that. Love those Airbnbs. My man Oahu says, watch videos where the new foreigner gets taken by the Filipina and her family. There's a lot of those videos. They'll tell you a story that's sad. Very, very, very sad. He said, man, a fool and his money will soon shall part. It is always like that. My man Big Brother says, the Philippines compares a bit well with South Africa, a mixture of well-offs, middle-class suburbs, slums, and rules, and almost the same. GDP, gross domestic product. Yes. They be getting on the doc, man. They be shitting on me. He said, you cool. We are talking about the questioner. Oh, the questioner. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the people were talking about me. I thought I fucked up. Well, thank you for the clarification. I was like, damn, people love to get on me when I do mess up, though. That's the truth. But okay, thank you for the clarification. He says the girl that he wants to date, he met online through a dating site. What my man, the Observer, said was a very good thing. Get an Airbnb or a place to stay near where she is. Makes it easier for you to, you know, get around very well. But yeah, man, I'm sorry. I was reading Trent, you stupid, man. Ain't nobody coming that far to be a friend. Hey, man, I always refer to a young lady as my Filipina friend. So, hey, you know what the game is. Shout out to the homie Pedro, man. Long time no see, family. Just sitting back, relaxing with the popcorn in hand. Like I said, there are people who can answer that question a whole lot better than me. I am not the greatest at that one, but yeah. My man DE says all Africans eat the same foods, but they have different names and preparation is different. Chicken, beef, fish, pork, lamb, and goat. Bushmeat is anything from deer, antelope, and monkey. Well, how about that? My food taste would probably stick to the standards. I'm pretty much a beef and chicken kind of guy myself. I'll eat some fish every now and again. Tilapia is my favorite thing in the world. I love me some good tilapia. But or what's that? Malan Sugit. Blue marlin, Malan Sugit, and all that shit. Yes, Oahu do correct. Come to the Philippines with no commitment. Like I said, my boy Isaac, listen to the guys in the chat. We all we share the same rhetoric. We all believe in the exact same thing. So if I don't answer it directly, listen to them because I trust them to give you good advice as well. Yes, trust them. Because they'll never say anything that I wouldn't say to you if I actually have my thoughts together. But like he said, man, that's a whole different topic of conversation. So for me to turn off where we are now and jump into, you know, another topic, yeah, fucks my whole game up. You know, I'm good, but I ain't that good. But again, we were talking about, ironically, is it easier or harder to date in the Philippines with money? I think we've been on point with that. I think we've kind of stuck to that rhetoric. I hope we have because we've been all over the place. You know, the good doc doesn't really go in it. We do things all over the place. Well, how about that? Oh, hell no. Let me want $2,700 a month. She lost her mind. Anyways. Budgeting your money with the girls, but splurge only on yourself. There you go. I'm telling you, that's it. You go balls to the wall on you because you deserve it. She don't know that shit. She don't deserve it yet. She got to earn her spot. That is literally the best advice I could give anybody because a lot of people think, oh, I come to the Philippines, I got to live, you know, check to check. And I do say that. So I do say that shit. I say, you know, kind of fall back on splurging, but I never once did mention that you can always go balls to the wall for yourself. Treat yourself like the king that you are. Treat yourselves like the kings that you are. But when you with that girl, she don't get the queen treatment. She gotta earn the queen treatment. You understand? So, you know, you splurge like a king for you, but when y'all together, you gonna have to put on that minimalistic front. Easy. Your McDonald's and your Jollibees are gonna be where we go, okay? It's gonna help you out in the long run, I promise. Being flashy and all of that shit will never help you. That's how I think a lot of these guys get fucked up too. I think a lot of these guys get in bad situations when they do that. You know? My man says, oh, okay, so Wahoo Dude says, don't do dating sites. It's not worth the risk going all the way to the Philippines, going with no commitments, meet girls and boots on the ground. Well, yes, no commitments, right. To say that girl is your like girlfriend or like your close friend or somebody you're interested in, fall back on that a little bit. I think if you're going to use the dating site, like I said, you got to be talking to, I would say talk to at least 2 or 3. Have an idea of meeting a couple of girls, and then once you get an idea of what you like, when you're there, you can kind of figure it out when you touch down. So, you know, you just have to take it slow, man. And again, no commitments. I am 100% on board with that one. No commitments at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I have talked myself to death. I think I am tired. It's actually time to get the day started. It's a little after 10 in the a.m. It's about 10:10 in the a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and get the day started. But before I do, everybody sit back, relax, and wait for their shout outs. Give me a minute. Hold on. My man Trent says, Dr. My people in the dirty South of America eat about the same thing that African and Philippines eat. Just different names of animals, special wild game for real. All right. I'm glad that y'all informed me of that one again. Shit, man. I'm very picky with what I eat. I try to eat the standard shit, but sometimes you never know what you're eating. So I can say, oh, I would never eat that, but I probably eaten it before if you eat at the street market. So I can't say that I haven't eaten anything. You gotta, maybe you hope that if they said it was pork, it was really pork, or if it was really chicken, it was really chicken. You never know the difference. The old PI would say, always make a girl invest in you. Touche. Love that one. But I got to give my shout outs, ladies and gentlemen. A Wahoo dude, much love to you. The homie Eddie Jackson, my boy Trent Knight, Serge. Appreciate the support, man. Good to see you back in the building. And I hope that anything that was said tonight was definitely beneficial in your homework that you are trying to accomplish in knowing a little bit more about the country from our perspective. Again, there's a lot of perspectives that you can learn the Philippines from, and I'm just happy that you've chosen to join the good doc in this journey, man. So I appreciate you. The homie Eddie Jackson, I think I said you, but I gotta say you again. My boy Isaac, man, much love to you, my fam. Glad to see you in the building. If this is your first time, I appreciate you. But again, you know how we do. Once you're part of the Dr. Mike TV family, you are family for life. My man Pedro with the popcorn in hand, much love to you, family. My boy DE, always a good member of the team, man. I couldn't do this without my people. You understand? Couldn't do this without the people that have been following me since day one. So much love to them. Of course, my boy World Traveler, Mr. BGC himself. Much love to him. My boy Big Brother, much love to you. The Observer, always in here dropping knowledge. I appreciate you, fam. Joji, much love to you, baby. Thank you for being here. Of course, I want to shout out Shannon, who's not with us today, and also Liz. Much love to her as well. Ed, much love to you, man. You always leave me crack the fuck up. I appreciate you being here. Kev, good to see you in the building, man. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time and effort in joining the good doc for a short period of time. Much love to you. Let me get all my people real quick. The nursing student, my man all the way from London, United Kingdom. British Columbia. No, I'm playing. All the way from London, England. I'll be fucking with you, man. I always wanted to go there, but them British pounds be making my stomach hurt. I'll just be fucking with you. Michael Smith, much love to you, family. My man, Channel 19. The homie, Channel 19 himself. Much love to you, man. AJ, if this is your first time kicking it with the good doc, man, much love to you, dude. I appreciate you being a part of the team. As always, thank you for your participation in the chat. My boy Michael Smith, if I missed you, I'm getting you right now. My man Casey Hunter, man, long time no see, family. Appreciate you being in the building. My boy Rob 100, appreciate the support, my G. Thank you for dropping knowledge bombs on everybody in the building, man. It's like bombs over Baghdad because you be killing them with the knowledge bombs, man. Much love to you, family. Thank you for the support as well. Who else we got in the building? My boy Mr. Wonderful. Always a pleasure to see my man in the building. Gotta shout you out, man. Thank you for that video though, man. That video was hilarious. I need to really do a video on the video that you sent me in Facebook. Jay Jones, man, much love to your family. My boy Malcolm, Mr. MJB in a place to be. MD, I know he's out, but much love to him. My boy Eyes On, much love to you as well. I'm gonna get you all, man, even though my throat hurts. My boy Delvante, much love to you. My boy Mr. Smith, always a pleasure. Appreciate you being in the building. But damn, man, I kick his ass for ordering that drink, though, man. You don't do me like that. He gonna pay for that. I'm gonna have to pull his ass to the side and say, bruh, you're gonna have to pay for that on your own. I ain't dropping no notes for that dude. Tell man, kiss your ass. My boy Joshua, man, much love to you, family. Appreciate you being here. My boy Rain, man, always a pleasure. Where's the Dr. Mike Milk Dud Robust, man? I didn't get it, or did I miss it? I'll scroll up and see if it's there. My boy Jedi, man, appreciate you being here. Tom, much love to you, man. Jay Jones, if I missed you, I'm getting you again. Sometimes I repeat names. My boy Reginald, appreciate you. My boy SML, Deadly Mist. Who else we got in the building? Like I said, my boy Rob, appreciate the support, my dude. I really, really do. I think that's everybody. Captain, the good Captain Spalding, always in the building, man. Much love to you, man. Thank you for coming through. Frederick Mason, all the way from the great state of North Carolina, that North Kagalaki. You know how we get down to this bitch. And that's it. And also those who hate, much love to you as well. The channel wouldn't exist without those who hate either. So, without further ado, if I got everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and close this bitch out. Appreciate you being here. Eddie, I'm glad you enjoyed the topic. It's been fun for me to give it back to you guys. Joshua, I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Like I said, give it a thumbs up on your way out if you guys enjoyed the topic. It's definitely something I'm trying to do to grow the channel. Definitely interested to hear what you guys have to say. I don't think people can do it like me. I'm going to be honest with you. Kind of feel like I'm one-on-one in this bitch, man, because I always come through with some topics that I think you guys are definitely interested to participate in. You can expect future shit in the future, because I'm gonna say some shit that may piss people off, or I'm gonna say some things that'll get you talking and thinking. If you haven't noticed, that is what I do. That is what I'm here to do. I'm gonna say some things that people are gonna agree with. I'm gonna say some things you're gonna disagree with. The ultimate purpose is to get you talking, get the dialogue started, and see where we kind of figure everything out from there. You understand? That is what the Good Doc is all about. And then we're going to throw some Philippine videos in there every now and again of me going around doing all kinds of shit. So, again, glad that you guys were here. Glad that you guys participated. It's been real. Has been fun. Eddie says we keep coming back because you're the realest one. I told you, man, I'm going to be the GOAT in this bitch. I don't care about numbers, okay? I'm going to be real with y'all. Numbers don't mean shit to me anymore. Like I said, it's hard to compete with people who have bigger channels. So you know what I do? I'm happy with my small-ass group of people who come here, kick it with the Good Doc, fuck with me, and I'm glad that I'm able to shout each and every one of you out personally because you deserve your fucking shout-outs. If we were bigger, that may be an issue, but I'm telling you right now, this is what I love for. This is what I live for, and this is what I love sincerely. And I do believe I am the realest one. I will tell you no lies. I believe you ain't going to get no realer than this shit. I really don't. And we going to have fun doing it. we going to rock this some bitch till the wheels fall off. And as long as it's the Lord's blessing, I will be on for many, many, many more live streams to come. I don't know what number live stream this is. I haven't counted. I'm going to probably delete some of my older live streams because, well, it's about time that the older ones get dealt away with, and we'll just leave the newer ones up for those coming through and interested to hear me talk and pop off and do as I does. But I appreciate you. My boy Mr. Smith says I lived next to SM Mall in QC for about 2 months. Went inside a couple of times, but I just recently went throughout, nearly cried. Why does a third world country have the biggest malls I have ever seen? It's weird though. A third world country will have a big ass mall, but outside that mall, you're walking into like a squatter's nest or some shit. It's just the weirdest thing. Yeah. Try walking the Mall of Asia. I've done that one time, and I said I ain't never doing that shit again. Only where I need to go, and I'm out. I can't do the Mall of Asia anymore. That shit hurt my feelings. So my man Isaac is representing that United Kingdom, man. Much love to you, man. Appreciate you guys being here. I love you guys sincerely, and I am going to officially close it out. So without further ado, it has been fun. It has been real again. This channel would be nothing without you guys, and you know it. You know it, and I say it all the time because I mean it. You guys deserve all of your shout-outs. You deserve everything that comes to you. So more blessings from the Good Doc to all of you listening to the good one right now. It has been fun. It has been real. So with that being said, Good Doc is officially out. At least nako. Paalam, which means we are going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.